quick catch-up video. Sorry I'm not looking super perfect and maybe a bit swollen. Yesterday was a teary day. I think I finally must have let out over 2 months of stress, like straight out. So lots of tears. I got really upset about getting a car parking space for my operation in Madrid, and the fact that our car is an emissions car, and so we wouldn't be able to drive around Madrid. And you know, the stupidest things set you off. And I'm making this video to let everybody know that, you know what, emotions are okay and freaking out is okay. And my husband's banned me from reading anything else about my operation for a few days because he's like, you need to let your head calm down. And my mum texts me like, stop letting your imagination run wild with you. And the stupid thing was, yesterday I finally got the phone call I'd been waiting for from my surgeon, who hadn't been able to call previously because he did not have my report, my final report about where everything is, I suppose. And that arrived at 10:44 on Monday morning, and I had a call from his secretary by 11 to say, hey, he's going to ring. But of course it was all in Spanish. And again, I didn't really understand it. And then I emailed them to ask them, when is he calling? And no one replied. And that's a Spanish thing. I email and nobody replies. And I'm like, oh my God. So I think it's all just a little getting on top. So the surgeon told me a lot of what I kind of already understood, thanks to Google and translation. And he said about 6 days in hospital. I have to come in a day before, so I don't know if that's included in the 6 days. My mind went blank when he rang me, and I didn't have my list of questions with me. So I didn't ask. So I have to go in a day before. I'm in for 6 days, and I spend a day in ICU. I didn't even remember to ask him how long the operation takes. But I did ask him if he can do my operation. That's Dr. Forteza, who is an amazing surgeon in Spain and very renowned and like the best man for the job. And he's like, I can, but I'm not covered by your insurance, so it's going to cost you. So now I'm like, do I want to get it done with my insurance? Is it still covered under my insurance? Or do I want to get the best man for the job? And I think when we're talking heart surgery, in my heart of hearts, I want the best man, like the top dog. I'm not going to lie. We just spent almost the same amount of money getting this huge thing fixed on my husband's car that it might cost me to get my heart fixed by this guy. And I'm like, we'd fix our car for that much money? I should probably fix me, because I'm going to last, way longer than our car is going to last. Well, I intend to anyway. So, yeah, you would have thought with that kind of information, I would have been like, woo, yeah, happy. But then I said to him, so what date? And he's like, end of February into March, early April. You let us know. We can do it when it suits you. Which is probably really good, isn't it? Most people would probably kill for that. But I was like, I just want a date. I didn't say that, but I was like, in my head, I just want a date. Just pick a date. Just give me a date. Any date. For God's sakes. No date. And I have to call his secretary. And my Spanish is good. You know, if you want to come out for dinner with me, I guarantee we'll get a meal. If you want me to pay taxes, I guarantee we're fine. If you want me to buy, like, day-to-day living, I'm great. Medical stuff, making a serious appointment, like for your operation that you don't want to miss, asking intricate questions about stuff, no. And my mind goes blank every time I speak to these people. And they're really lovely, but it's just like, whew. And I'm in Spanglish mode. I probably kill their language. And that really concerns me as well. I'm like, oh my God. So I've emailed. And of course, it's gone into the email pit of no return, I imagine. And I'm like, how many days should I wait before I ring up and say, hey, I emailed? So I obviously waited about less than an hour and then rang and no answer. And now I'm like, I just want a day and a cost for the surgeon. And I just want to move on. And I've never been, it's horrible. I really try not to let it, but it is at the moment consuming my mind, and it shouldn't, and it's unhealthy. So that's where I'm up to. 20-something of January, and I know everything that's going on in my body. I know that I have all of my right lung drains into my inferior vena cava, just below the right atrium, which I hope means it will be a bit of an easier repair, because inferior vena cava normally take longer. That's the bottom bit. And I know how long, and it goes into a common collector, which is like the correct pipe work for it. And that is 2.6 by 2.4 centimeters long, which seems quite a lot. Or did they say millimeters? No, it's got to be centimeters. So, like, I think there's quite a lot of stuff to work with there. So in that respect, again, I actually don't know what they're going to do for my surgery. And I really wanted to ask, but then I was too shy to. And I didn't want to take up the doctor's time. And really, I should have. So I think maybe that's why I'm upset with myself. I wanted to kick myself in the head, because the things I wanted to know, I went blank on, and the things I could have asked, I didn't. And I think I'm just far too English and far too polite and like, ooh, taking up too much of your time. I did speak good English, though. Well, better than my Spanish, which was awesome. So there you go. So that is pretty much my update. I will at some point be smiling and going, I've got an operation date, which will fill me full of smiles. I'll feel a lot closer and I'll have something to work towards. And believe me, I'm going for the end of February. Mentally, I need this sooner rather than later. But at the same time, there is fear, which I'll probably talk about again. Yes. Scared, and that's okay too. So yeah, bye for now. And if you have PAPVR, I wish you well with it, and I hope these videos help you to understand that it's perfectly normal to have duff days and bad days, and I hope you ask your doctor all the questions.